Hey everyone, I'm Dale.
I'm Paul. We're the Lure Critics. We're just here this afternoon for a short bass session just to test out a few of these lures we've written about and shown you so far.
Yep, I've got the Izumi Shad Alive 105mm floating version. Been doing a bit of testing with, so I'll be fishing that a bit. What do you got, Paul?
I got the Jackall Aragon Jr, which is a jointed crankbait. Going to fish that, and hopefully that cracking sound that it gives off will entice a few bass for me tonight.
Yeah. We did some testing with both of these lures in the pool, and the sound, especially the Aragon, it's really incredible. The sound that Aragon puts off is amazing, but the Izumi Shad Alive's not too bad either, so we'll see how they go this afternoon.
Alright, well let's get into some bass fishing and we'll see how we go.
Righto.
Dale's just landed a bass on the Izumi Shad Alive. We've probably been fishing for about an hour with no strikes yet, and just come to the top of this pool. And this bass has grabbed the lure off the surface. The Shad Alive's a jointed swim bait, but this is the floating version, so it gives off a good wake on the surface. Normally at night time we're going to throw walkers like jitterbugs and stuff like that. You can see that bass there. He's a good little model. He's got the lure hanging out of his mouth.
Beautiful fish.
He's got the double in his mouth. He didn't get the treble, so it's going to come out nice and neat.
There he is, only a small model, but he's keen to go. So it's sort of mid-30s, nothing flash, but you know, fantastic little fish, especially to take that Izumi Shad Alive there. There it is. So we'll drop him back in the water, let him on his way. Off he goes.
Just show us that lure again, Dale.
So there's that Izumi Shad. Jointed, treble on the front, double on the back. He was pinned just in the corner of the jaw on the double, so nice and easy release. It just popped out, and yeah, awesome. Yeah. This isn't a big fish, but this is pretty awesome. This Izumi Shad must look brilliant in the water, because I threw it in behind a rock just then, and I brought it out a few feet, and then I stopped it to readjust the canoe, and I was messing around with the paddle, and next thing you know, this fella had picked this up. It would have just been sitting just on the surface, and he's just grabbed it and started swimming away with it. So I guess he's sort of, again, he's only a small fish, but you can see he's had that Izumi Shad, he's wanted it. So I'll just put him in front of me while I just get these hooks out of him, and then I'll show you. There's the Izumi Shad. Now that back hook is a double, and both fish have been pinned right there in the corner of the mouth, just where my finger's wiggling there. Both of them just been pinned in the corner of the mouth. And again, like I say, he's only a small fish, but beautiful, beautiful specimen. And as you can see here, this is not a small bait, this is a big bait, you know, and these little fish, they're aggressive, they don't mind having a go at it. So he's not bad, just another one, mid-30s, and he's had that lure. And there he goes. That's another outstanding bloody fish. Look, this is the third fish of the night. Now I'll just say, this is on the Izumi Shad again. Now, I'll pick this fish up. He's been hooked in the exact same way again. The rear double in the corner of the mouth. Now, oh, he's still a bit green. Now, I'm just going to, the front treble's kind of just pinned him under the belly, so I'm just going to pop that out while he's in the water. Now, I'll just lift him up here because he's got the rear treble in. Oh, I didn't do that very well, but this side. So there he is, Izumi Shad, rear double again in the gob. Now I'll just say this is the third fish, and each fish has come on a different style of retrieve. This has really been an insight into the versatility of this lure. The very first fish came when I was giving the lure little twitches, giving it that dying flutter style. You come out and he had 2 goes at it, he hit it, and the second fish came on a pause when the lure would have just been sitting just under the surface of the water, and it's maybe just drifting down and looking like a dead bait fish, and that fish came up and grabbed it. Now this one was actually brilliant because I've thrown it into a bank and I was actually giving it a fairly quick wind, and the lure was just snaking across the surface, and we both got a great view of this fish just coming up and grabbing it. So off he goes. So it's 3 fish for the night on the Izumi Shad, and all 3 have come on a different style of retrieve. So the Izumi Shad, really impressive. Really impressing me tonight. It's been brilliant.
Gonna lift him in. As you can see, he's a pretty fat little fella, and he came and smashed that KerBoom off the surface pretty hard. Put up a pretty good fight. He's just smashed the KerBoom there on the tail. There we go. Little bass caught on the KerBoom. Off he goes. That's the lure there. To get it out of my finger. Secret Creek KerBoom.
Okay, so we've just come back to the car. We're just packing up all our gear. It was a pretty tough night. We've done about 5 hours worth, maybe a little bit more, maybe 5.5 hours. We ended up with 5 fish. Izumi Shad came through. He got 4 of them. Paulie ended up with the other one.
Through the Aragon for quite some time without even a touch. Changed over to the Secret Creek KerBoom, and probably landed the better fish of the night on that, and had a couple more strikes on surface with the KerBoom. But we'll keep testing out the Aragon. We're off to Lake Glenbourne in a week and a half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, impoundment situation. We're going to try quite a few lures, and we'll definitely give this another run.
Yeah, so basically very, very happy with the Izumi Shad's performance tonight. Only thing right at the end of the night, I didn't realise until sort of a little bit after it had happened, but I got snagged up on a bit of a tree, gave it a little bit of a flick and got it off, and then a couple of casts later I realised that the back double hook had actually popped free of the lure, and gone. So I'd say it stayed in the tree when the lure came off. But that's not a major problem, that's just an easy replacement, so no dramas there. Other than that, it's performed really well tonight, it's been really good.
So, out of 10, what are you going to give the Izumi, Shad?
Oh, look, I'm gonna have to say it hasn't had a massive amount of water testing just yet, but I mean after tonight's performance, I'm gonna have to say somewhere around an 8.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
not bad.
I'll back you on that one.
Excellent. Alright, we're gonna go home and get some sleep though, because it's about 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm buggered.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll catch up with you soon.